Harris, and I want to recommend Talking Sports with Randy Harris, one of the great shows of all time.
All right, we're back here, Knockout Radio. Mike Straka in Clearwater at the WTAN studios. Randy and Steve at the Apex Center in Las Vegas for the UFC 306 event happening on Saturday night. Hey, Randy, are you there? I guess he's not.
No, I am.
Oh, okay. Wow, I totally lost track of what I was about to ask you. All right. Well, regardless, I think back to our earlier conversation about Johnny Hendricks. I think we got cut off for the break. I thought Johnny won the fight. I'm saying he lost on the cards, on the scorecards.
Right.
And that's what I was going to ask you. You always talk about us as journalists. We shouldn't pick fighters. We shouldn't judge fights like that. But how do you reconcile being a journalist? And then how do you take that hat off and put on your judge's hat without kind of compromising one or the other? Does that make any sense?
Honestly, no.
All right. So as a journalist, we don't put ourselves in the story. You know what I mean?
Correct.
We try not to anyway.
Correct.
I mean, sometimes it happens. But
especially if Matt's the one doing the reporting.
Right, but when you're judging, you are part of the story. So, like I said, as a diehard journalist for how many years you've been, and you have that journalist hat on, you have to take that journalist hat off to become a judge. So, my question is it difficult to separate the two?
I don't think it is. Now, the athlete that we're either talking about, might take it differently. And as you know, let me turn this down a little bit. As you know, sometimes they can't separate it. There's a guy right there. There goes Sean O'Malley. That's Steve's best friend.
I know. I saw the picture.
He's styling and profiling, as always. As long as you stay neutral in the conversation, as well as you stay neutral in the judging, there is no problems. And I have said this all the time. I could judge my mom fight my wife. I don't care. It is what it is, and the right winner, that's who it is.
How about this? Can I break in? You must have got me really loud or something here.
I didn't touch nothing.
But right now, would you judge this for me?
Sure.
Door open or door closed? See, it should be open right now. That's my point. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you can get Sugar O'Malley in here, that would be amazing.
Well, now I was told to keep the door shut. And his buddy
so Steve, I noticed you're taking a lot of pictures with a lot of people out there. I mean, are you enjoying this event? And is it being at the Apex kind of a different experience than just being at a hotel during fights?
Well, before before Steve responds, Steve hasn't taken a single photo while we're out here.
That's not true. He's got a picture with Sean O'Malley.
Yeah, that was taken at the Super Bowl, 2 years ago?
Well, don't ruin a good story.
Oh.
But actually, I
didn't know I just blew the whole cover. Sorry.
No, but I mean, his entourage just walked by, and then one guy recognized me, and then Sean, did the nod and everything like that. The door should have been open. That's the whole reason.
The reason they didn't recognize Steve is he didn't brush his hair today.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So the flowing locks isn't combed.
Somebody didn't put a brush in my suitcase. I mean, it's not my job. I mean,
it's so funny. When I was married, I didn't pack a thing.
Yeah.
Never.
I don't pack anything either. It gets packed for me.
But after I got divorced and I had to start packing my own things, I would go on trips and go to UFC fights. I have no underwear in my suitcase. I have no socks. I'm making a stop at the Dollar Tree getting socks on the way to the MGM Grand Garden Arena because there's no place else to buy socks in Las Vegas unless you're buying $300 pair of socks inside of a Venetian or something.
Well, the difference between you and me, Mike Straka with 1T, you forgot socks, you go to Dollar Tree. You forgot deodorant, you go to Dollar Tree. I forgot one of the most important cords that I needed to be able to broadcast today. I can't go to the Dollar Tree to get that.
No, you can't.
Yeah. So luckily, fortunately, I begged, pleaded, and borrowed, and the UFC loaned it, and he's like, make sure you give it back. I'm like, yeah, like I'm going to steal this cord. But without that, we're not on the air from the Apex. With the door closed so Sean O'Malley can go to his scheduled UFC thing right next door to us.
Well, Steve, I don't understand. I thought you were wrangling guys to come in to do the show with us.
Well, I was wrangling guys until I had to have the door shut. How am I mean, I can't even say, hey. We're behind glass now. It's like, like voice or sound or whatever doesn't necessarily penetrate through glass.
But see, now I'm going to prove Steve wrong, even though he's the producer of the Stars. Obviously, the voice does go through the glass. That's why Daniel Cormier stuck his head in last time.
Yeah, I know. Don't worry about what I say. Just go with it.
Okay. Don't let the truth get in the way of a good story.
But the point is the glass was open. Okay. I mean, it was open, and it was open for a reason. I didn't just keep it open for no reason. And also, Mike, I have to do. There's a lot of things I'm doing here besides that, and going wrangling people up. You don't know how it is. It's different when you're talking about accessibility before, after COVID. It's all. They got into a routine to hide people, and they hide them.
And let me tell you this much, Mike. Steve has wrangled some really good stuff. Like that burrito was killer.
Yeah, so
I appreciate you wrangling up that burrito. It tasted awesome.
There is a great backdrop down there. I'm going to have Randy do a little promo video or something. It's a UFC NOCHE with all these red and green balloons and everything. It's huge. It's like maybe 12 feet tall by 20 feet wide. It's pretty cool, and the letters are all lit up in neon. They put that down there for, I don't know what reason, but it's down there.
Before we hit this break, let's look at some of the nicknames of who is fighting on Saturday, at least on the main event. We have The Machine, we have Bullet, we have El Gringo, we have T-City, the Jamaican sensation, O'Day.
He was just in here.
He was just in here. The Immortal, oh, I thought he retired. El Loco, El Nino.
El Nino.
Yeah, El Nino.
Okay, well, I want Mike to, you say their nicknames or their fighter names or whatever, and I want Mike to
say who they are?
Yeah, exactly.
No. Well, that's not going to work.
Well, it really will, all except for one or two. So you know who T-City is.
Brian Ortega.
Okay, and you know who Bullet is.
Shevchenko.
Okay. The Machine, just think of who needs to be a machine to win this on Saturday.
Okay, so Mike.
Oh, it's got to be
Merab.
Morale.
Right.
Yeah, Morale fighting Sugar Sean, right?
Sugar Sean, right.
Yeah.
Mike, who's the Jamaican?
Yeah, who's the Jamaican sensation?
I have no idea.
O'Day Osborne.
We just said it twice.
Yeah, O'Day. We just said it.
Okay.
You know why he's the Jamaican sensation?
Yeah, I do.
Why?
Because he's from
Because
Jamaica?
he said
Because
so.
he's from Jamaica. Exactly. Oh, and Fearless. We forgot Fearless. He's been on the show before.
Mm-hmm.
Fearless.
Who's Fearless?
Is Joshua Van.
Oh, okay.
Hey, so, and then when we had, yeah, Mike, you were on the other line, O'Day, right? He says, don't blink your eye for his fight. If I was him, I would want it to go on longer because they have a special thing that's all developed for him to fight and everything like that. But you can't tell somebody that.
But if the fight ends sooner, they're going to need to kill time, so they may run it twice. With that said, let's go hit our last break of the afternoon. Mike in studio, Steve and I here at the Apex in Las Vegas, covering UFC 306. A lot of stuff still to get to later today, tomorrow, Friday, and, of course, the big event on Saturday. This is Knockout Radio, brought to you by Staff Zone, 8-Man Strong, and Bucked Up Energy Drink.